Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at the list of the top 14 new games in Unreal Engine 5 and Unity coming out in 2024. Let's start with Kingmakers. Kingmakers is an action strategy sandbox game developed by Redemption Road Games and published by tinyBuild. The game is set in a medieval era with a unique twist. Players can use modern weapons and advanced technologies to change the course of history and prevent a future apocalypse. In the game, players take on the role of a soldier transported back in time 500 years to influence the outcome of a war in England in 1461. It is possible to fight for different factions such as England, Scotland, or Wales, with the ability to significantly alter history through various choices and strategies. Delta Force Hawk Ops is a first-person tactical shooter game. It is a free-to-play title that marks the return of the famous Delta Force series. The game uses the Unreal Engine to deliver cutting-edge graphics and an immersive gaming experience.
I'm going in. Shit! They've got a flamethrower! Engaging! Second floor! I got shot! They're coming up! All clear. Prepare for decoding.
That's all for mission briefing. The drill is over. Operation commences. Good luck.
Why are they burning tires? RPG! Hold on!
All units prepared for landing. 2 teams, 1 foot. Clear. Secure and capture a team in your cabinet. Over.
Get down! Get down! Enemy tank! Tank fight! Enemy vehicles coming! Vehicle under attack!
The Precint is a neon-noir-themed sandbox action game set in 1983 in Averno City, where gangs rule the streets. Inspired by GTA, players take on the role of Nick Cordell Jr., a young cop fresh out of the academy, tasked with cleaning up the city and solving the mystery of his father's murder.
To bank heists is procedurally generated in-game, so you never know what the day will bring. Your cruiser is the best way to patrol the city, but be ready to hit the streets on foot if things get loud. In this town, that happens all too often. When you've caught your mark, you'll need to follow procedure to make sure you handle the interaction appropriately. They could be a good citizen who made an honest mistake, or a career criminal wanted for multiple offences. That's not to say you can't stop for a bite to eat every once in a while. Callouts can happen at any time, so you'll need to be ready to respond. Not everyone will react positively when you arrive on the scene, but you've got a variety of methods at your disposal to resolve the situation. Let your partner handle the paperwork. It's time to gear up for the next mission. You'll unlock new equipment in the armory as you gain experience. Tonight, we're taking to the skies on a helicopter patrol. You'll need to keep the spotlight trained on the perp to bring down their resistance meter while coordinating the ground response with the support member. You can call in squad cars, spike strips, roadblocks, and more to help you bring them to justice. You can, of course, get involved in chases more directly. Call in the same support from your car, and don't worry too much about dodging these carefully placed piles of fruit crates.
Oops!
Sometimes, though, what's needed is a good old-fashioned foot chase. Don't worry, dispatch is standing by to assist if you need backup. Regardless, you'll need to make use of the city's geography to catch up with criminals and hold your own in a firefight. With the final perp booked, you're ready to end the day's shift. Averno's citizens will sleep a little safer for your efforts until tomorrow. Try your hand at policing the procedurally controlled world of the Precint on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Last Sentinel is an upcoming open-world game developed by Lightspeed LA, a division of Lightspeed Studios. Announced at the Game Awards 2023, the game is set in a futuristic and dystopian Tokyo. Players take on the role of Hiromi Shota, the protagonist of a story rich in narrative, with unique settings and an immersive gameplay experience.
I'm scared, Mommy. Please.
Hush now. It's going to be okay. The demon is here.
It's the demon.
Follow me.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is an exciting action RPG set amidst the chaos of the Bohemian Civil War in the 15th century. You will play as Henry of Skalitz, an ordinary man capable of extraordinary feats, embroiled in a tale of vengeance, revelations, and betrayals on an epic journey that will take you from the humble forge of a blacksmith to court, as you seek your place in a world as splendid as it is brutal.
I always dreamt of leaving this place. Becoming more than a peasant.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
Congratulations, Sir Knight. You finally become a man.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
O merciful God, be kind and protect us so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Second Loop is a single-player first-person action game developed by Kakaru Indie Games. This title combines elements of sandbox physics puzzles, where players take on the role of a robot pilot in a futuristic dystopian world. The player controls a mech named Goliath, utilizing gravity manipulation abilities and assembling mechanical parts to solve puzzles and engage in intense combat.
insurgency or uprising with the inexorable...
This is a stark admonition to all who would presume...
This fucking time, I won't let anyone escape.
War, famine, destruction, death. The year is 20XX. Welcome to the future. The Forever Winter is a 4-player sci-fi tactical survival horror shooter that takes place in a future where massive armies are skinning the bones of our once beautiful Earth. You are a scavenger, lovingly referred to as a scav. Within this combat ecosystem, you assume the role of looter and survivor. Trapped between two warring military factions of the future, each with their own objectives. Outgunned, undersupplied, and constantly under attack, you must rely on cooperation and cunning to survive even minor enemy contact. Situational awareness is key in this world. Stop, look, and listen. Trigger discipline will save your life. A target missed is a bullet wasted, and not every battle is one worth fighting. Only kill what you can loot and get away with. Every time you open fire, you are ringing the dinner bell. Make it worth it. Welcome home, deep down in the guts of the city. Refugees seek shelter here, and they choose your level because you have one of the few things that matter. Water. H2O brings traders, shops, and allied mercenaries that have your six. If you want to survive, you'll need to pick up jobs from the two warring factions. Be smart about the jobs you take. The more a faction controls a sector, the more heavy units they will deploy, and the more dangerous it becomes. The more jobs you do, the more jobs you'll get, and the longer you'll keep everyone alive. No one gets by in this world all on their own. So don't be afraid to help others when you can. Donation stations are made available where high-level vets can share gear with low-level baby scavs. You were in their shoes once too. Here you can customize your rig, an innovative modular platform that grants you advanced abilities. Pneumatic jump allows you to quickly traverse rough terrain and reach hard-to-get drops. Turrets allow you to shred, at least for a short time. And scanners allow you to scout ahead to plan your route. You want guns? You've got them. Modify and upgrade your firearms for the jobs you take. Always remember, the more gear and ammo you bring in, the less you can carry out. So spec accordingly. Once you're kitted up, it's time to enter the macro city of Lost Angels. Megastructures meant to house millions lie vacant, while automated underground factories churn out war machines by the minute. As the war rages and destroys the world by day, AI-driven machines nicknamed the Night Shift rebuild by night. Recovery units stalk the streets, dragging the wounded and the dead to be harvested for their organs. Learn your surroundings, avoid patrols, and maybe you can make it out alive. Every job has rewards and consequences. The details matter. Make sure to dig into the intel thoroughly before heading out. Missions may include sabotaging faction facilities, collecting debts, and good old-fashioned MDKs. No matter how easy you think the job is, don't get complacent. Things can change at the drop of a casing. If by some chance you find something of real value, you will be hunted, and the factions will send bosses that far exceed your fire team's capabilities. Take note of their weaknesses and plan your strategy to take them down. Even fully geared, it will require coordination, teamwork, and a bit of luck. There are only 3 types of scavs: the fast, the smart, and the dead. So don't be ashamed to retreat if the fighting gets too hot. Remember, there are no heroes here. Just a few men and women running around in the dark, with half-empty magazines. Forever.
Macabre is a multiplayer horror game. It combines elements of stealth, horror, and cooperative gameplay, classified as stealth extraction horror. Players are immersed in an unstable time rift, where they must navigate through infinite timelines, including those of other players, to extract valuable resources and escape from shape-shifting interdimensional terrors.
The problem is, entering a rift is a one-way ticket, and we need to figure out how to escape. Needless to say, I've been here for, quite a while. And that means I know what I'm doing. Ah, right, the, weird crawly thing. Well, it's hard to say, but I'm pretty sure it's a 4th-dimensional shape-shifting being that can transcend the timelines. There's only one word I can think of to describe it. Macabre. It searches for life forces to consume throughout the rifts, and with your recent arrival, it looks like meat's back on the menu. Now, you're not entirely helpless. After all, you've got the Atomic Space Shifter, which allows me to pull your consciousness back to my timeline, whether you make it to the extract or die trying. But Macabre isn't your run-of-the-mill alien thing. It's far more cunning. It stalks its prey, at first from a distance, and then quietly it gets closer, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Of course, you can't just pull out a blicky and blast poor Macabre away. It's a little more complicated. You're gonna need to be on the lookout for fragments scattered throughout the rifts. You can find them with your space shifter and bleed them from any timeline to yours. Fragments have many uses. We can craft tools and equipment that will help us deal with Macabre. But more importantly, I think they can help us find things that no one else has.
Sand is an adventure and action game set in an alternate universe where the Austro-Hungarian Empire leads space colonization in the 19th century. The game allows players to explore the fallen planet of Sophie, now devastated by an ecological catastrophe that has vaporized the world's oceans. Players utilize enormous mechs called tramplers to explore the hostile environment, fight enemies, gather resources, and attempt to extract valuable loot.
Тож майте на оці, не вскочте в халепу. І пам'ятайте, дипломатія – це наше все.
It all started with a scientific expedition to the planet Turion, where the New Horizons Corporation was hoping to find new life forms. If only they knew back then what evil they would bring to Earth. A data leak started to spread, revealing that New Horizons was conducting military experiments, crossbreeding the human genome with alien DNA. And so, the nightmare began. Now, competing megacorps all over the world are sending mercenaries to retrieve this research data by all means necessary. That's where we come in.
Emergency power supply cut off.
This game is about to be unveiled in grand style at the Game Expo on August 21st, and I can't wait to show it to you. The game I'm talking about is Enenra. In the video, you'll see combat against enemies that aren't the strongest, but soon you'll witness the true potential of the game with ambitious boss fights in the indie space. From these small clips, you can see the attention to detail in the combat. The developer has taken a long time to perfect the combat and parkour elements. The game has made significant progress over the past months and years, moving from limited recognition through clips on Twitter to growing popularity. The clips showcase a detailed, brutal, and varied combat system with parkour elements. You'll explore levels, face many enemies, and fight bosses. You will play as a skilled warrior armed only with a sword and an insatiable desire to defeat enemies. The combat is brutally satisfying, allowing you to perform different moves, parries, and devastating combos. You can also move agilely across rooftops, climb walls, and perform acrobatic maneuvers in combat or while exploring levels. For an indie project, the seamless integration of detailed combat and parkour is admirable and rare. The game will feature a variety of enemies with unique abilities and challenging moves. You will have time manipulation powers like teleportation, stasis, and time slow, and a teleport system to move quickly. Pioner is a massively multiplayer online first-person shooter developed by GFA Games, set on a post-apocalyptic Soviet island. The game combines elements of survival, exploration, and combat, featuring both PvE and PvP modes. In Pioner, players take on the role of a former Special Forces soldier trapped on an island affected by a technological catastrophe that has isolated the area from the rest of the world. The island is infested with mutants, wild animals, anomalies, and players must explore the environment, uncover the secrets of the Mogilnik research station, and rescue their missing comrades. The last one on this list is Trench Tales. Trench Tales is a third-person action game with horror elements. Set in a dark, alternate world between the First and Second World Wars, the game invites players to explore Gothic landscapes and battle fallen soldiers while uncovering the mysteries of this realm. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated.